Hi, my name is Antje Barth, and I work as a developer advocate for AI and machine learning at AWS. We're super thrilled to be a partner of Deep Berlin AI for Good Hackathon this weekend, and we're super excited to work with you and see some of the great results. Let me just spend a couple of minutes here before we start in sharing how AI and machine learning runs on AWS. I think we all agree that the reach of machine learning is growing and has grown tremendously. We can see AI and machine learning being a core component and disrupting all of the industries. Whether we look at automotive, at healthcare, finance, you name it. If we look at Amazon.com, machine learning has been at the core of our development for more than 20 years. Whether you look at product recommendations on the Amazon.com website, or natural language processing as part of the Alexa devices, or more recently, looking at autonomous drones that help delivering packages with Prime Air. Our mission here at AWS is to put machine learning in the hands of every developer. So let's have a look at how the AWS ML stack looks like. As you can see here, we categorize our machine learning services into 3 layers. And let's start here at the bottom layer. This is the frameworks and the infrastructure layer. Zooming into this infrastructure layer, you can see that we're offering a broad variety of frameworks and interfaces for you to choose. So this is really where the ML practitioners come and pick and choose whatever they want to work with. So you can pick any of our NVIDIA GPU-powered instances or any of the other instance families and work with frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, or Apache MaxNet, among others, to build and train your machine learning models. Here's a quick overview of our GPU-accelerated instances powered by our partner NVIDIA. And you can see here we have the P2 and P3 family consisting of the V100s, of the K80s, and then also we do have our G4 instance families that are powered by the T4. Let's have a quick look at our easy-to-instance options. Let's start with the notebooks. So if you deploy Jupyter notebooks and you just want to explore a little bit the environment, the T3 is a good instance family to choose. Now, if you're planning on running more intense workloads, have a look at the general purpose M5 generation or even the C5 generation. Then, if you want to train your models, we have the just mentioned P3 instance families that are powered by the NVIDIA GPUs and are well suited for your AI and machine learning training workloads. Then for AI and ML simulations and also for the inference, you can choose between a C5, a compute optimized, or also the G4, the GPU optimized instance types. All right, coming to the second stack, which is the machine learning services. And this layer really consists of Amazon SageMaker. Amazon SageMaker is a fully managed service that helps you to build, train, and deploy your machine learning models at scale and quickly. So if we have a look at the traditional machine learning workflow, it consists of a lot of different steps. So you start by collecting and labeling the data. You then clean, format, and transform your data before you can even start developing your models. You then start training and also evaluating the models, and you keep adjusting until you find a good model. You then deploy that model into production, and it starts serving predictions. But even in production, you have to keep managing your models because you want to be able to detect model or data drift early on. Amazon SageMaker is providing you with tools and services which assist you in each of those steps in this machine learning workflow. So for example, for labeling data, you can leverage Amazon SageMaker Ground Truth. And then you can move into hosted and managed Jupyter Notebook environments to actually pre-process your data and then start developing and training your model. Amazon SageMaker also supports and makes it really easy to train your model and then deploy the model into the cloud environment. Here's a quick look at how Amazon SageMaker Ground Truth can help you. By leveraging either public or private workforces, you can give the task of annotating data to those teams, which then help you to go and annotate through the large data sets at scale. Moving on to the Amazon SageMaker Notebook instances. Those are fully managed instances ranging through a variety of instance choices, again, from smaller types like the T2 up to the GPU-powered P3 instance family. They come pre-installed with Jupyter and Conda environments, so it's giving you a quick start really to get going and develop and train your models. Next, let's have a look at the options for model training. With Amazon SageMaker, you can choose between a couple of different ways to do training. Option number one is you use a built-in algorithm. And SageMaker, by the way, comes with 17 of those. The second option is that you provide your custom training script with a supported framework. The supported frameworks are Apache MaxNet, TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, PyTorch, or Chainer. Another option for you is to bring your own algorithm and framework. So you can leverage Docker containers with your own algorithms and frameworks to deploy with SageMaker. And then the fourth option is that you just pick and choose a ready-to-deploy trained model from the AWS Marketplace. Let's have a look at the deployment options. So once your model is stored in Amazon S3, again, you have a variety of options here. You can use the Amazon SageMaker real-time endpoint, which is really a one line of code to get your model out in production. Another option is if you're doing batch inference to use Amazon SageMaker Batch Transform. It predicts and stores the data again in S3. Then you can also deploy your models on Amazon's container services. So for example, ECS, EKS, or Fargate. This is specifically interesting maybe if you're using your own containers. And then really anywhere you like. So you can also just grab the model in S3 and run. The first two options, Amazon SageMaker Real-Time Endpoint and the Amazon SageMaker Batch Transform, are fully managed deployment options built in with SageMaker. Now let's move to the top layer in our ML stack, which are the AI services. And as you can see here, AWS has a variety of options for you for ready-to-use AI services. Here, you don't necessarily have to have much experience with AI and machine learning. You can just use any of those services and build your use case. Let's have a look here at the vision. Amazon Rekognition is a fully managed, deep learning-based image and video analysis service. And this is super easy. So you basically provide the service with your input data, and as you can see here, the service has built-in capabilities to automatically identify and label the objects in your image. But it's not only that, so there are a couple of more use cases that are working out of the box. Next to labeling, you can also use Rekognition to do a face search, to identify unsafe images and videos, to detect faces or text and images. You can even use Rekognition to recognize celebrities, and you can do pathing and also real-time video analysis. Another strength of Rekognition is also a functionality called custom labels. So you might have use cases where the pre-trained model is not specific enough for your domain images or videos. So in this case, you can leverage custom labels to extend the detection abilities to find new objects and scenes in your images. And you do that by simply providing it with a small number of training images that you label, and then we create a custom model behind the scenes and then are then able to detect and label it according to your specific needs. There's also a lot of opportunity for partnerships. For example, with the AWS Marketplace for machine learning. It's a curated and trusted catalog of over hundreds of machine learning model packages and algorithms as of today. The AWS Marketplace makes it easy for startups to grow at scale. Your brand and products can be discovered by over 140,000 AWS customers who use the marketplace each day. Also, have a look at the AWS Data Exchange. It's a new service that makes it really easy for millions of AWS customers to securely find, subscribe to, and use third-party data in the cloud. As of today, we also have over 500 product datasets that can be tried for free. So how to get started? Here's a couple of links, and obviously feel free to approach us and ask us any questions you might have. We're here to help you build, and with that, thank you very much and go build.